Hey, what's up guys? It's Sebastian. So, over the past few years, I've ran several dropshipping businesses, and I've had times where I start one, I find a good product, and I start the store, create it, start running, or I don't run ads yet, and then overnight, sometimes I used to get very unmotivated for the store. Like I had it all built and then I just the motivation died down. And I think that's a real issue with a lot of people when they start dropshipping. This is something that's happened to you. Please be sure to let me know in the comment section below. So I know I'm not the only one that this has happened to, but I've created a simple 3-day strategy that helps me with this, because if you structure out the way you're building this dropshipping store and launching it, it allows you to have more long-term drive when you're running this, when it's on a schedule. But when you just randomly do stuff to start a dropshipping store, it doesn't really work right, because you're not on a schedule and you don't realistically have to do anything. You can kind of just stop running the store or don't even run ads in the first place, and that's that. So before we get into it, be sure to smash the like button and click subscribe for that YouTube algorithm, because I am posting every single day. Now that that is out of the way, let's get into this 3-day system to how to start a dropshipping store and sort of keep that momentum going when you're starting this, because again, this is a real issue that a lot of people face. So first things first, we have to find a product. And before you ever start a dropshipping store, you want to plan out everything. Even if you're not even running a dropshipping store, plan out your days, plan out your schedule, plan out everything you do, or else you will have time that just seeps out of your day and it's just getting lost randomly, like you're just doing it on tasks that don't really matter. So step one is just make sure you're an overall organized person. I like to keep a notebook and I write down every single task that I'm doing during the day, whether it's just stopping to go eat lunch or going to the gym or filming a YouTube video, editing it. I do all of this stuff. I have it very structured so that I know exactly what I'm doing every single day, so that I do not waste time. So that's the first step. But now let's get into day by day, like what to do. So day one, you need to find a product. That is the most important thing, because before you even start a dropshipping store, you need to figure out exactly what you're going to sell. So again, step one for day one is finding a product. Now I have many videos on product research, but I will briefly touch on that point so that you guys can just get as much value as you can in this video. So there are a few ways I go about this. Number one, I go on flippa.com. I'm not sponsored by Flippa, but I go on flippa.com and I basically just scroll through their most profitable dropshipping businesses for sale, because Flippa is a website where you can sell your dropshipping business. So I go through there and try to figure out which products are selling well, because again, on these listings where people are trying to sell their own dropshipping business, there are people that are posting their revenue and showing exactly what numbers they're doing. So if you find a product where last month they did $100,000 in sales and profited $40,000, that's how you know it's a good product and it's still selling well. Another beneficial product research method is going on Facebook and just typing in 50% off free worldwide shipping or 50% off free shipping, those types of terms, and then going into videos and going into filter by this month and then trying to find the most viewed videos. That is a very beneficial way to find products as well, because you can see which videos are getting views kind of like right now, because again, if it's a new month and a video already has like 50,000 views and it was just posted yesterday, that's how you know they're kind of going sicko mode with the ads. So that is a good sign that a product is selling well. But if you guys want a more in-depth version on the product research method, I'll leave a little tab up here to click and you guys can watch that video and get more information. But the second step for day one is coming up with a name for your store, because again, that is very important. A lot of people get stumped on your name. I typically just look at what my competitors are using for their names and then I do something kind of similar, because again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If someone is selling a phone case, for myself, I was selling a goat case on this YouTube channel for a little series, and I saw people that did like Pluto case and goat case. So I took all those inspirations and created another name that was kind of similar to that. I'm not going to say the name, but I created a name that was very similar to my competitors, because I don't really need to overcomplicate the name. I don't think it's that important to overcomplicate your name. Just want to make it short, simple, and something that people will remember. Now, no one really mentions this on part of the day-by-day series, like for what you do on dropshipping or the day-by-day steps. So the last step for day one is contact your suppliers. So whether you're using Alibaba or AliExpress, it is very recommended that you contact your suppliers, because they are going to be fulfilling your orders and getting your products to your customers. So you need to verify processing times, shipping times, and all of that stuff so that you can ensure you have happy customers. That's the last thing you want when starting out, whether you've already done dropshipping or you're new to it. Having bad suppliers is going to break your business and you will not be able to run it long term. So having, again, a good connection with your supplier is very important. One of the big things I always recommend to my clients is that you stay in contact with them almost on a daily basis to just make sure that shipping times are good, that they have enough inventory. All of that stuff is extremely important. So again, I recommend day one contacting your suppliers just to build a connection and like tell them what your goals are and just see if they are the right fit for you. Also, another big thing though, a lot of suppliers can be kind of dicks. Like I've had some where I'll contact them and they'll be like, hey, if you're not ready to place orders like right now, just don't even message me, I'm extremely busy. And then I come through and place hella orders because I'm fulfilling orders with them and I'm like, what's good? And then sometimes I just don't even use some suppliers because of the fact that they're extremely rude to me. So again, make sure you're using the like proper supplier because some are pretty rude, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so day two, you need to set up your website because now you have the product, you have your name, you have a good supplier contacted, and finding a good supplier, it may take a few days, but just do the contacting and like chatting with them simultaneously while you're setting up your website and doing all this other stuff because again, it doesn't really take too long to message a supplier. It takes like 30 minutes a day to chat with them, so it's not a too time-consuming task. But the first step, again, for day two is setting up your website. So again, I have videos on all this stuff. I'm kind of just compiling it into a three-step strategy to make it kind of easy to launch a dropshipping store. So, setting up your website, you have to have a good landing page, which is your product page, and then a good home page, and all of the like legal pages and shipping pages and FAQ pages, all of those have to be set up extremely well. But creating the website, that is the first step of your day two because again, that is very important. That's where you're going to be driving traffic. So I again recommend to take note of all your competitors' websites, look at the video that I just mentioned on how to create a good product page, and all of that stuff. The second thing you need to do is link your pixel to your website because this is also very essential. Personally, I link my Facebook pixel and my Snapchat pixel and my Google Analytics ID because those are all things I need in the future. One of the big benefits with Snapchat is it is great with retargeting. So a lot of the times people just use Snapchat for cold interest targeting, like just running cold traffic. But one of the beneficial things with it is you can hit people on Snapchat while you're retargeting them, even if you just ran Facebook ads with them. So that's important because you're normally using a different creative on Snapchat, which allows you to hit a different angle that they've never seen before. But again, they're already warm traffic, which again allows the retargeting to work extremely well. So that is step two for day two, set up your pixels. Number three is going to be set up your apps. Now, there are a lot of apps you could use. If you're on a budget, I just recommend using like de-essers to fulfill your AliExpress orders and Luke's. That's kind of it because you need good reviews. You need obviously an app to fulfill orders. And that's kind of it if you, again, don't have a lot of money. There are a few things you actually still can do. There are some free quantity break apps. Quantity breaks literally, let's say I'm selling a water bottle for $10. If I have it on my website as $10, I can use a quantity break app, which basically creates a little graph on your website product page, and it says, oh, buy 2 and save 10%, or buy 3 and save 20%, stuff like that. So that free app increases your AOV, which is extremely beneficial because again, you want to make as much money as possible off of each customer so that your ads are profitable. Now, I have a video also mentioning apps. If you guys just want to go through my YouTube channel, I have quite a few videos on all of these topics. I'm just, again, making this compiled into a 3-day strategy because, again, this is very important because I've even had times where I've created stores and I just get unmotivated after a day because I can do all this in a day. And then the next day I'm like, why did I create this store? Like I don't even really want to sell this product anymore. Or I'll have times where I order inventory and then I'm like, I don't even really want to sell this product anymore. So be sure you follow this and then again, have this all organized so that you have a strict game plan for exactly what you're going to do. Okay, so day 3 is going to be, I wouldn't say the most difficult part, but the most riskiest play that you have to do because you are going to start running ads and spending money on a daily basis, which don't get scared by that. It's not a big deal. Like you're going to be spending money and hopefully generating money if you found the right products and you have good ads. But how do you get good ads? Because we're going to be discussing Facebook ads. If you guys want, you can do influencer marketing, but again, I'm gonna mainly touch on Facebook ads. So by this point, I would suggest either going on Facebook and scrolling through trying to like search up your product and trying to find competitors' ads and either making them yourself or having someone make you custom ads. But custom creatives, if you are gonna do custom creatives, that's good. Or you can take someone else's ads and use them. I strongly disagree with that. I don't really think you guys should do that. I used to, and I used to tell people to, until I got an Instagram page disabled for doing that. So, and it was at like 30,000 followers. We grew it in 3 months, so I don't really recommend you do that. So that is the first step for creating your ads. The next step is thinking of interest. So let's say I'm selling, not this wallet case, but let's say I'm selling one of the GOAT cases, the anti-gravity case where it sticks to your wall. If I'm selling that, I need to think of why people would buy it. Like, are they buying it to watch videos? Are they buying it to film themselves? What's the deal? So if I were running ads for that product, I would probably target YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, like Instagram, social media in general, Pandora, stuff like that, where people, or like Spotify, all of those things are good because they involve a lot of your phone, whether again you're playing music or watching a video. I would start there, and then maybe also Netflix, the interest, and then write all those down, and then go on Facebook, and when you're creating your ads, type those in and see what you get, because again, those are very simple ones, but they probably will work. So the last step is setting up your ads. I like to do 5 to 10 ad sets per campaign and just set up one campaign, depending on your budget. Again, 5 to 10. The same age, gender, location, and all of that stuff. All you're changing is interest, so that you can get an understanding of exactly which angle of this, like these interests are working, because that is very important. You want to test a ton of different angles on these ads, because again, you don't want to just use all of the same interests like that are just a little bit different. You want to go at different angles and have different types of marketing strategies that you're doing with this. Like example, when I sold my tattoo remover pen, I had tons of different angles where I was selling on like unemployment or like job applications and stuff like that, where people maybe were trying to get a job and they just needed to remove tattoos to have a better chance of getting a job. Those interests worked extremely well, which that is a very weird angle to go at this product, but it worked well. So same thing with whatever you're selling. You need to go at this with a ton of different angles and just test stuff, because you really don't know what's going to work well until you try it out. That's the same with anything in life. Like, you have to try stuff out, but more specifically with this testing, you need to figure out exactly which interests and angles are going to work well for you, so that you can scale and double down on that. Now for budget per ad set, I recommend $5 to $10 per day per ad set. It just depends on a few things. Your budget, obviously the cost of your product, because mathematically speaking, if you're selling a $100 product and you're doing $5 a day ads, it is very unlikely that you're going to make a sale every single day on each ad set. That would require each ad set to have a 20 ROAS, which is extremely unrealistic when you're first starting out. Even if you have a very seasoned pixel, 20 ROAS is like extremely difficult. So you want to make sure you're having a budget that's realistic. So if you're aiming for a 3 ROAS, $10 a day on a $30 product is more than enough to potentially get you a sale a day. But again, this definitely varies dependent on your budget. So if you guys maybe don't have enough money for Facebook ads, I recommend looking into influencer marketing, going on Instagram or TikTok and having one of those pages promote you. Now that's a whole nother video. I believe I actually made one a few days ago, so check that out if you'd like. But that is basically the 3-day strategy for launching a dropshipping store. Again, a lot of people create them and create their website and create the product page, and then they just stop. They don't even run the ad, and they begin to get extremely unmotivated. So make sure this isn't something where it has your emotions in it. A business should not have your emotions really tied to it. You just want to create your business and have an extremely organized system and strategy that you are trying to implement, and then just go with that. Don't really have much emotion tied into it. So for myself, if I'm testing a product, I'm like, okay, we need this % click-through rate, and we need this conversion rate on our websites, and at this much ad spend, we need to already have a sale or an add to cart or an initiate checkout. And if we don't have either of those, we are turning off this ad set and testing a new interest. And until we find stuff that meets our criteria, we are going to test more products. So that is kind of what I do. I just keep it extremely simple and don't really get my emotions tied into it. Like, I'm not like, oh, this product is so sick, it's going to work. I just believe in it, and then it doesn't work, and I dump a ton of money into it, even though it kind of has already showed me that it really isn't selling well. So I hope this helped you guys out. If you guys are struggling to have a strict strategy for launching a dropshipping site, again, I just wanted to make it extremely simple for you guys. But other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Again, I have a lot of other videos on my channel. If you guys need any more in-depth help on any of these topics, again, I probably have videos on them, so be sure to check out my channel for that. But other than that, I hope you guys again did enjoy. Be sure to smash the like button, click subscribe below, and if you have any questions or concerns, drop them in the comment section below. But other than that, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.